All right guys, Ryan Moore here, Pure Vita Fitness. Today we're coming to you with your Flexibility Friday tip. What we're going to talk about today is a lot of issues I have associated with many of my clients that many of you may have, especially if you sit at a desk all day, if you drive a lot all day, lower back pain. Okay, very simple. Most of us know and have heard of at least foam rolling, using a lacrosse ball to roll it out. That's always kind of my go-to initially. If it's a lot of tenderness and stiffness and sharp pain back there, I actually recommend icing it first. 10 minutes, twice a day, just get that inflammation down. If we start to apply stress to it, meaning rolling it out, stretching it, and it's still inflamed, you're just gonna make the problem worse. So we wanna make sure we ice first, get the inflammation down, and then we can go into the two things I'm gonna show you today. Now, getting away from that, what we're going to talk about is the two tips I'm going to give you today. One's going to be for your hip flexor, and one's going to be for your glute. Typically, if you can get one of those two areas or both to let go, meaning loosen up, you're going to get the alleviation of the pain of your lower back, okay? So the first thing, if you have a couch or a chair, or if you have a setup like a gym like we do, it's going to be called a super couch stretch. Many of you have seen this before. All you're going to do is you're going to find a chair or a couch. You're going to take a knee on one side. You're going to sit back as far as you can with the shin into the bench. Front foot is out flat. You want to try to sit back as far as you can so you smash this glute into this heel. Posture should be as upright as possible. Grab the bench for leverage if you need to. You're going to feel an insanely huge stretch down the front of this quad. I recommend 1 to 2 minutes sitting there and then switch sides, all right? If that helps, great. The next thing I want you to think about is getting more into that hip flexion. We just did the quad, a little bit of the hip flexion there. Now we're gonna go primarily to the hip flexion. You're gonna take a knee again. You're gonna suck your butt and stomach in as tight as possible. This is huge. If you don't do this, you probably won't get the stretch. You're gonna push through your hips, keeping a good posture. Front heel needs to remain flat, and you're gonna start to feel stretch right through that hip flexor, maybe even into the quad. Again, about 1 minute to 2 minutes per side. Lastly, we can do this next one in two variations. The first one, if you have something elevated like a bench, great, or a couch. You're gonna take one leg, put it parallel onto the bench, sit down where this hip hangs off, back leg out of the way, try to round your knee over your chest over your knee, and just move through here for about 1 minute, trying to open up that glute. You're gonna feel a big stretch in your abductors, meaning your inner thigh and your glute, okay? If that's too hard, come to the floor, find a mat, go to the push-up position and walk this foot up the best you can. Some of you may get here, some of you may just get here, wherever you can get to, and then sit down on top of that hip and walk your arms out and just hold that position for about 1 minute to 2 minutes. Again, that's 3 things you can do for mobility and flexibility of the hip, which is going to open up the quad, the hip flexor, and then the lower back and the glute. If you can get those things to start to open up, you're gonna start to probably notice some pain alleviation. But first, again, I recommend ice, 10 minutes, put some Advocare, some Aleve like that, about 400 milligrams a day. Get the alleviation of the inflammation going down, then start to roll and foam roll in the crossball roll, and then apply these stretches. In that order, it should help a lot if you're having lower back pains. And then the next step, my always #1 recommended step, is get a strong back and core. That usually will take care of the problem itself in the long term. All right, guys, thanks a lot. It's Ryan Moore here, Pure Vita Fitness, with your Flexibility Tip of the Friday.